What's going on, everybody? It is Greg and we are in the garage. I contemplated making this video for months, actually. So those who follow me on Facebook, maybe even on Instagram, I didn't really post it on Instagram, I don't think, but if you follow me on Facebook, you'll know probably what I'm about to talk about. Last year, June, well, a little bit before that, but we'll just go with June. I'm not going to give all the details because, I mean, you guys probably don't even want to hear that, but it is what it is. My mother was diagnosed with cancer earlier in the year 2022, and in June, she passed away. That's one of the main reasons why progress on some of these cars and build and stuff and video uploads have been sporadic, because obviously that was a big loss. Moving forward past that, I tried to jump back into YouTube and other things and didn't really seem to work. So I didn't necessarily talk to anyone or seek professional help. Not that I'm like depressed or anything, but you grieve. Obviously your mother dies, it's a hard thing. And it wasn't a surprise. So we actually saw which the best way to put it, the shift or in her health and the downslope actually. So with that, it's my dad left. He's living on his own, driving out to Deltona. I live in St. Cloud. They lived in Deltona. Deltona is about an hour away, door to door, pretty much. Driving there after work, on the weekends, trying to help him out, take him to appointments, this and that. And his health was never really that great over the past 5 to 6 years. He's been in and out of the hospital. But, he made the plan, everybody, that he needed assistance, just minor assistance. So we made the plan that he would move to Arizona where my sister lives. And yeah, so we were getting him ready for that. And then he decided he did not want to leave. So cool, you don't want to leave, whatever you want to do, we're here to support you and help you in any way possible. Up until maybe 2 months ago, then he decided, yep, I think I'm ready. I don't want to be in the house by myself, I guess. So he's like, the plan is back on, I want to move. Cool, no problem, whatever you need. We made a date, let's say after November 5th, I think, was when my sister was going to be ready to receive him and everything like that. Shortly before that, he had a stint in the hospital, which landed him in a rehab facility. I think he was in the hospital for 2 weeks almost. And then he was in a rehab facility for another 3 weeks or so, give or take. Slowly getting better. Had to have a couple surgeries, fix some issues, cool. Visiting him in the rehab place, he was mending, everything seemed to be going good. This is now the day or two before Christmas when we went to go visit him. He's like, yep, I feel great, I'm ready to get out of here. Cool, awesome. You can go back home. You'll be home for maybe a week or so, and then we'll catch a flight to Arizona, and you can, so and so. He was home maybe 2 days when my aunt was helping him out with some things, and he had a seizure. High sugar levels, he's diabetic, high sugar levels, and very low blood pressure. rushed him to the hospital, and that kind of was the beginning of the end, really. So days are going by, he's, go to visit him, he's becoming less and less responsive. He's 2 medications, 3 medications to keep his blood pressure up. Then it turned out they needed a 4th because 3 wasn't working. Now, he had heart issues maybe 10 years ago, had a pacemaker, and I guess everything was just catching up with him at this point. So it's a long clip. So, yeah, things were catching up to him. We pretty much got a call from the nurse giving us our options, what really to do. At this point, they feel that with the amount of medication that he is on and his condition and everything, that, he's also on dialysis for his kidneys. So they figure with all his issues that he may pull through this time, but it is going to happen again. He's just like counting down until he's back in the hospital and stuff like that. So call my sister and my brother, lets everybody know. They come. My sister lives in Arizona, my brother lives in Texas. So we wait a couple days, they make the trip, and you have to make a decision whether to keep a loved one in a certain state or to, allow them to be at peace, we'll say. So we made the decision. He already had signed a DNR. So, we decided, and the nurses and everything, we signed more papers, and they took him off of the heart medication. Now, the medication, within 15-20 minutes, his heart rate dropped like less than half of what it was when he was on the meds. So, they had told us previously, like, with this amount of meds and this condition, that if we took him off the meds, he would only have about an hour. So if you could imagine that. So after, that was in the morning, and surprising to us that he kept fighting. He stayed on until, hours and hours are going by. We're there in the hospital, just hanging out, trying to talk to him, and just, we would say small things to him, small memories and stuff, and, sometimes he would respond, he'd crack a smile or a smirk or something. Whenever we brought up my mom, he would noticeably grin and have a smile on the face, like a little smile on his face. So we knew he could hear us. We just talked to him, told him that we loved him, that he did a good job, that he didn't need to fight anymore, and that, whether you believe it or not, that, our mom was waiting for him. So this is now, all my cousins and stuff came to see him and all that stuff. You have to understand, my parents were like the focal point, I would say, of the family. If you would equate something like my mom house was like Big Mama's house. Any holidays, everybody came over. She fed everybody. Everything. She was the main focal point. So it's now 11:30 at night, and I'm dying. I haven't slept. I slept like 3 hours the night before. And I went to work, so I'm dead tired. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a nap in the car. My aunt was in the hospital room with my sister. I'm like, let me know if anything happens, and blah, blah, blah. I think I slept for maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours in the car before my sister called me. She was like, the nurse said, it's any minute now, pretty much, because I guess his heart rate was going lower than that. So tried to wake up, made my way back into the hospital, and after going through security and stuff, on my way or walking down the hallway, my sister called me and told me that he had passed as well. So there it is, really. There's nothing really to say after that, but I felt like, not that, YouTube or whatever deserves this, but you guys been with me for years now, and I try to talk about everything that happens in my life. So this is a big deal. I have been, putting out some videos here and there, but just to give you guys an explanation. Some people will comment, oh, where's the videos? What's going on? This is what's going on. Real life. This has been happening. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back into a groove of, working on cars and stuff like that. Like now it's even more of a health focused lifestyle because I don't really want to have the issues that my parents had. So every day it's like, by the time I get home from work, it's hang around for a little bit, head to the gym, try and work out, be a little bit even more healthier and more fit, watch what I eat, stuff like that. I did today, here and there on the weekends and stuff. So even on the weekends now, my time is made up between getting their house ready for sale, so clearing up the yard and belongings and knickknacks and stuff like that. Today I finally got back on the bus real quick. Nothing major, just cut off the old front cross member, the lower one, which now a couple more cuts to do and then clean up, and then I can try and wire wheel some of the surface rust off and then spray it down and get that ready for putting on the new panels. I have to cut off the dog legs and all that stuff, which I'm gonna be working on here soon. So I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like this video is probably gonna be too long for what I intended. This is just an update of what's going on and why I have been inconsistent, we'll say. Those who reached out on Facebook, I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. My family thanks you. Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, I don't know, I may or may not make a post. I don't think I did. I probably will though. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, so there's an eerie feeling of, I don't know if it's loneliness or whatever, but when you look and you see, and you have that feeling, it's very odd. It's a very odd feeling. I could be in a room full of people and just, feel alone right now. I'm sure it will pass, obviously. We were, making strides, getting, you mourn your mother, and then it happens with your dad. So it's tough to lose them both within a year, within 6 months, 7 months of each other. It's rough. So that's it. That's my upload. I'll see you guys when I see you. As far as car events and things like that, obviously the next one is Euro Tripper. I was kind of hesitant whether to go or not. It is being the 10th year. But I think I mentioned it to my wife and she was a little excited. So I think we'll be taking the GLI down. Even though it has front bumper damage, I don't care, really. So yeah, that's it. Before I ramble on any longer, this is life and this is what's happening. And I guess I'll see you guys next time in the garage. Peace.